Follow me, Smigos Impossible. Amigos, my name is Tam316, and welcome back to another episode of Reading Your Comments, episode 224, and the first episode of Reading Your Comments in about a month. The end of last month and the beginning of this month were a bit jam-packed, so as a result of that, Reading Your Comments took a bit of a back seat, but we're back now, and I have pulled comments from every video that took place in between the last Reading Your Comments and this one. So we have 64 total comments in this video. The last episode of Reading Your Comments was about 6.5 minutes. I have a feeling that this one is going to be a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and read some comments. Regarding connecting actors, there's a wonderful show called Comedy Connections that detailed how actors, writers, producers have paired up on other programs. Really fascinating to see some of the other links. Only danger for it being the show to react to is of clips of shows. So it could just be a massive spoiler reel. Yeah, it probably will be a massive spoiler reel. It's a shame because that sounds really interesting, but yeah, probably couldn't. How about Monkey Dust? Think you would really enjoy. You know what's funny? I almost did Monkey Dust like 5 years ago, but at the time I didn't use third-party websites, so I was just trying to do stuff that I could put on YouTube, and I can't put that on YouTube, and because I couldn't, I put it by the wayside and then forgot about it. But that originally was almost like one of my first 20 ever reaction videos, but I still haven't reacted to it yet, so maybe I should finally get to that. Any chance you'll do more Yes Minister? Yes, I mentioned it a couple months ago that it was in the plans eventually. It is still in the plans eventually. I had mentioned Taskmaster too, and I haven't gotten to that either. I think I'm gonna try to do both Yes Minister and Taskmaster next month though. Hi, I do have plans to do the car share outtakes. Also, there's a 45-minute extra on that Peter K. thing labeled Alternative, Extended, and Deleted Scenes that features deleted scenes and outtakes. That could be fun. Did I not do the car share outtakes? I thought I did. Did I not? I know I did the Max and Patty ones in the Phoenix Nights up. Huh. Maybe I was gonna do it and I forgot. Because now, let me look this up on my YouTube channel. Did I not do the car share outtakes? That's funny. For some reason I thought I did, but maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I just thought I was going to, and no, I didn't. Okay, I must have forgotten. Damn. Okay, well, we'll get to it then. Naked beautifications got worse. It ended with them taking part in a naked catwalk in front of friends and relatives. What? Divided might be worth a reaction. Had a similar vibe to Golden Balls. Yeah, that was from the, crap, that was a couple weeks ago. I forgot to follow up on that. That was from How TV Ruined Your Life 3, a show called Divided, and dude was like yelling at the woman, calling her a cow or whatever. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I should look at an episode of that. That looked fun. Think anything with a label is real? Don't tell that to the kids on the Tickety Talk, because then they'll go start doing a challenge where they go to and rewrite and then they write fake labels on stuff in grocery stores. If that's not already a challenge, knowing the stupid shit on that website, it wouldn't surprise me if it already is. To be honest, all the Top Gear specials are entertaining. You can't really go wrong. The Polar special, the India special, and Oblivion special are some highlights you haven't done yet. Also, Hammond genuinely loved Oliver. He bought it from the BBC after filming this and shipped it home to UK. Still hasn't very recently. He still considers it his favorite car he's ever drew on TV. I actually looked into this, and I think like just about 6 months ago, actually, he got it fully restored. Like it runs and everything again now, which is awesome. Interesting version of this Top Gear special you looked at. It has a lot of deleted scenes that aren't in the version that always gets repeated, and the music is different. The music is often, in the often repeated version, is far better in my opinion. Oblivion special is a really good one. It scores highly on Vamples. I might do that next then. And as far as the version I had, I don't know. I downloaded it from a website. That's all I can say about that. I would go with the Polar special personally before Bolivia. Due to the extreme cold, it puts people's nerves on edge and gets very frosty between the guys as a result. Although, considering it's a legitimate snow special, yeah, that might be a good one to do for Christmas month. Went from yes, Gavin and Stacey, been a while, to oh shit, USA. I really do think Office and Shameless are the only good ones. There's probably more, but they stick in my mind more. I'm more interested in why you thought I'd be doing more Gavin and Stacey, because I finished it. aside from the Christmas special from a couple years ago, which we just mentioned Christmas month, we'll be doing that in December as well. How did they make something that was actually worse than the In-Betweeners remake was? I would dispute that, actually. Gavin and Stacey USA was bad. It was very bad. It was not In-Betweeners USA bad. Agreed, James May is easily the best of the Top Gear lads by himself. His solo shows like Toy Stories, and Man Lab, I think it's fair to say are better remembered than Hammond and Clarkson's. Despite his consistently self-deprecating japes and uncool persona, he's a mega chat in his own way. It's not how I expected that comment to end. But I suppose you're right. And yeah, I love him. He's just such an incredible presenter. My appreciation for calling it Lego and not Legos like other Americans, that sounds like a thing you made up. I'm not gonna lie. I've never heard anybody call it Legos with an S. That sounds like something that maybe you heard one or two Americans say and then figured that all Americans pronounce it that way. But everyone I know calls it Lego. Britus went full Rimmer in that first episode, didn't he? He really did. That was the first time I'd heard like any sass out of him or anything. I wonder if Barry called an audible and is like, you know what, we need to inject some Rimmer into this. Love the double headers. Opal fruits are also what Starburst used to be called in the UK. That's what Gavin was talking about on the safety forums on British Empire. I've never been a fan of Starburst, to be honest. Well, let me put it this way. Like, if someone offered me a Starburst, like, they're like, hey, you want a Starburst? I'd probably be like, yeah, okay, sure, fine, I'll have Starburst. But it's not something I would ever go buy, you know? It's not something like, oh man, I'm going to the store, what do I want? Ooh, I know, Starburst. Like, no. I also wouldn't buy that to give to the kids on Halloween, because I personally, if I got Starburst on Halloween, like, I'd eat it, but I'd also be like, man, I want a Kit Kat. Susan absolutely killed it in that Alan Partridge scene. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, when you look back in it, it's a thing that was building up, but you didn't even realize it was building up. I had no idea that we were actually leading to a scene where she was going to go nuts on Alan, that's his name. With the benefit of hindsight, it makes a lot of sense, and they were completely building it because, you know, he's an insane person, and it makes complete sense that he was driving her insane. But I had no idea that was coming, and it was awesome. Dan Perry strikes again, but at least he didn't burn the place down. 2 good fun episodes and no dip at quality at this point. Yeah, still waiting on it. Maybe next season, but still waiting on that quality dip. But so far, Series 5 has been really good. It was better than Series 4, to be honest, at this point. What do you think about Liam and Ben Dorm now? I still think he's super annoying. However, I think he's been balanced out really well. I think they've written him very smart in Series 5 compared to Series 4, because in Series 4, they paired him with Sam and her other friend, whose name I don't remember right now. The other friend was fine, but Sam was equally as annoying, and it was just a bad pairing. Now he's paired more with Mateo and with Les, who are 2 very good characters and who balance him out very well. So I do like him better in Series 5 because I think they've written him a lot smarter. Albert's Seeing Only Fools is incredible, absolutely legendary. And yes, Chernobyl is in the Ukraine, but back then Ukraine was part of the old Soviet Union. Fair enough, yeah, but boy, that one has not aged well. One of Rodney's friends in the nightclub is played by Tony Marshall. You might remember him as Nelson, the guy who ran a pub in Life on Mars. That's the same guy? Really? Wow, I would not have guessed that at all. Helen in Gladiators fucking clattered the camera when she fell off the roller too, just an all-around disaster. Yeah, to reiterate, they really shouldn't have put her back out there. And again, if something like that happened in the new series, with a contestant landing on their neck, there's no fucking way they would have let her out. I mean, she stumbled going up the thing. She fell off the roller, which she thinks she was the first person in all of 2 series to ever fall off the roller. Maybe there's one and I'm forgetting it, but she's the only person I remember falling off the roller. And it is a damn shame, too, because considering how hard Georgina choked in the final, Helen would have been a much better matchup with Jean. But yeah, they really shouldn't have put her back out there. I think you missed in the background Gary performing the greatest zipline landing in history. I watched it back, and yeah, he overshot the whole platform. That was crazy. It's one way to try to make up time, I guess. Yes, do Series 3 Gladiators immediately, please. This seemed to be the overall consensus in the comment section, so yes, as I mentioned in reading your comments, I will be starting Series 3 Gladiators this month. Phil deserved to win Gladiators. He was awesome. Couldn't believe his speed when he was up against Dean in the semifinals. Georgina also appeared in the episode of Fort Boyard. Hopefully she did better in Fort Boyard. I don't know what happened. Like, again, I talked about it, but like, I don't know if it was just she was hurt. I mean, they were all hurt. They probably all weren't 100%, but I don't know if she was hurt or if just the nerves got to her. But yeah, she choked, unfortunately. Gladiators was so popular at the time, they were running house shows as well as televised events. Oh, just like the WWF, huh? To be honest, they were probably outselling the WWF, because it's funny to think about considering how hot the late 90s was for wrestling, but the mid 90s was a terrible time for wrestling, especially like 95, because that was when Vince McMahon almost went to prison over a steroid trial, and Hogan killed his reputation because he went on television and said he wasn't on steroids, even though everybody knew he was on steroids. All you had to do is go look at a picture of early 90s Hulk Hogan, like early 90s, like late 80s Hulk Hogan. All you have to do is look at him. Like, it was obvious to everyone he was on steroids, but he went on live TV. He's like, no, I've never done steroids. It's like, bro. So I mean, the business almost went under in '95. So I mean, honestly, and this was around that time, the Gladiators was probably out selling him on house shows. Your Gladiators and game show videos are why I'm here, still waiting on Robot Wars Series 6. Well, hold on a minute there, buddy. I haven't even gotten to Series 5 of Robot Wars. I actually have 3 episodes of Series 5 of Robot Wars on request. However, there's also an in-between series between 4 and 5, so I may do that first. Also, never vote for Series 3 of Gladiators. We'll be doing the new BBC one once it's been broadcast. Here's the thing. I want to, but I don't think I should, because I have a feeling that it's gonna spoil who's won the previous seasons. Like, honestly, I fully expect the first episode of the reboot to have, like, a video package highlighting the winners from the old seasons of the show, you know? So, for that reason, I think I'm gonna hold off. As well as an actor, Charles Agwins, who played Queeg in Red Dwarf, was also a dancer and choreographer. He choreographed, that's the word, the dance routine for Danny, Craig, and Chris in Tongue Tied. You can see his name appear again in the episode 6 credits. Yeah, I read after that he was like, he was Danny's personal guy, like personal dance guy, which is, you know, pretty cool gimmick to have. There's a really fast title crawl at the beginning of Series 3 of Red Dwarf that you take your time to actually read it. Someone explains how Crichton becomes a regular crew member, how Lister gave birth, now Hilly became Holly. Okay, so it just goes by really fast. So I got a couple comments on that. Thank you for letting me know that. I mean, that's technically a spoiler, but also, if it goes by really fast, it's probably good to know, because that way I'll probably just look up a transcript of what was said, and when I do Red Dwarf Series 3 later this week, I'll just read it out at the beginning of the first episode. You say Series 2 Red Dwarf is the only series you haven't seen anything from. What about the more recent series of 10 through 12? You know, I haven't seen anything from 8 off either. The reason I said that is because the vocal portion of the fan base has ingrained into my brain that the core of the show is series 1 through 4. So, yes, I haven't seen anything 8 past either, and I probably will. And if they're right or wrong, who knows? But that's what's been ingrained into me by the vocal members of the fan base, is that 1 through 7 is the golden era of the show. Just watching the first episode of Blackadder 3, and I'm really looking forward to your reaction to the series as a whole. It's a classic. Just a quick response to halfway through episode 1 when you asked what a hustings was. It's largely a British term describing an event where all candidates in election meet with voters in the local area and answer their questions. Oh, okay. So they're just, I think we just call that campaigning here. Good to see you have one hub links to all the episodes now. Dailymotion's particularly awful these days. Well, a lot of you will be happy to hear this. Whoops, I just hit my mic. A lot of you will be happy to hear this. I'm pretty much done with Dailymotion. To be perfectly transparent, transparent, and honest with you, the last couple episodes of Alan Partridge were still uploaded to Dailymotion. The reason is I was a couple dollars off of getting a check from Dailymotion, and I got that check now. And now that I have, I'm probably done with the website as a whole. The only way I'll use Dailymotion in the future is if OneHub has an issue, because occasionally OneHub will have loading issues, and if I'm running out of time on something and I need to upload it now, then I'll put it on Dailymotion as a backup. But I'd say as a whole, I've moved on from Dailymotion. One of Hugh Laurie's greatest talents is being hit, and for some reason he's genius at it, Stephen Fry. You know, I won't dispute that. He got hit very well in that series, especially in that last episode. Series 3 might be my favorite of Blackadder. I think mine's still 2, but I haven't seen 4 yet, so we'll see. Planet of the Dead is not the strongest Doctor Who special, but an important one for me personally. Back in 2009, I was in a nasty accident and spent a number of days in intensive care, almost lost my life due to blood loss. Jesus. A lengthy operation and a few more days unconscious. This is the first show I watched after waking up earlier the day it aired. Wow. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. That's a memory that's going to stick with you forever. To give you an idea of how much Doctor Who expanded media there is, Christina has her own audio series with 2 box sets of roughly 8 hours worth of audio stories from this one-off character. It's kind of sweet in a way. Bro, I'll tell you what, if I ever got into all this Doctor Who, like, audio media, I'd probably just have to create a whole nother fucking YouTube channel. Has Staged ever been suggested before? Really fun series of David Tennant and Michael Sheen playing themselves. If it has, it hasn't stuck with me. Like, it's not something I have in my brain, so, but that sounds fun though. Best little fact about this Doctor Who episode was that the bus was supposed to stay intact in the original script, but after they sourced it and shipped it to where they were filming in Dubai, it was dropped off while being taken off a shipping container to be moved to the set. Oh, it was dropped. The whole top deck was ripped off and a lot of the exterior was massively damaged. They had no budget or time left to buy another one, so Rusty Davies had to quickly rewrite the script in a way that means the bus got damaged while going through the wormhole. I'd say he did pretty well with it, honestly. Michelle Ryan does kind of look like Gwen in this, both very sexy brunettes, both morally bankrupt characters, but at least Michelle's Lady Christina had the decency to leave after one episode. Damn. I mean, to be fair, Gwen was pretty good in Children of Earth, but the first two series, Jesus. We nearly got rid of Yonto earlier. The original plan for Series 2 Torchwood was for Yonto to have Owen's Living Dead storyline, but Rusty Davies changed it last minute to Owen, going through a far more believable story arc for his character. I think that was the right call, honestly. Like, Owen's transformation from Series 1 to 2 is incredible. He's just a fucking awful character in Series 1, but the way he was actually somehow able to redeem himself, I didn't think it was possible he'd be able to redeem himself, but he somehow did. I think they made the right call there. When you said in the Planet of Dead video you were doing Torchwood Series 3 later today, so that should be fun, I thought fun was probably the wrong word to use. Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, it was good. It was really good. But it wasn't fun. I'm totally down for more new tricks. It's more lighthearted palate cleanser to Line of Duty. It's funny you say that. I don't think I mentioned this in reading your comments, but this month I'm doing Series 6 of Line of Duty, which to date is the final series. Whether will there be more or not is still up in the air, but as of now, that is the final series of Line of Duty. My plan, starting next month, and I'll mention this in the August plans, but my plan starting next month is to replace Line of Duty's slot with new tricks. So I'm planning on starting doing new tricks monthly next month. I know if you want to do more Outnumbered, I know you completed the main series. There are a few shorts made for the likes of Children in Need and Comic Relief. So it might be worth checking out, but they're only between 3 and 12 minutes, so I'm not sure it'd be worth it. That might be something to keep in mind for like a day where I don't want to record anything. Like a day where I'm just my brain's fucked or I'm just really tired. Maybe something to do for that. So I'll keep that in mind. Oh god, I forgot how smug Carmichael is in Line of Duty. She's absolutely insufferable, like an actual burning rage builds when she talks. Very different characters between that and Motherland. Motherland, where she's an incredibly sympathetic character, and this, where you just fucking hate her. They have to leave that in every time in Line of Duty. They've got to be in on it. Like, it's got to be a comedy gag between them, because they leave the full thing in every time. It lasts like 10 seconds. The beep, like, holy shit, you could cut that. It's gotta be an inside joke. Going into Happy Valley without knowing anything about it and genuinely surprised how good it is. To be honest, when Sean requested this, I thought it was going to be another reality type show from the title. Yeah, it seems like it. I saw a couple other comments thinking that said they passed it by because of the title, but yeah, it's not very happy, is it? The teacher you recognize from Happy Valley was a police officer in Thin Blue Line? Really? Okay, fuck. Thin Blue Line was... I think I know who you're talking about now. Was she the one who was friends with the guy who was also in Gimme Gimme Gimme? Fuck, how long ago was Thin Blue Line? I did 2 episodes of it, but I think it was like 4 years ago. Maybe I should go back to that. Thin Blue Line. First episode I did was in July of 19, and the second was in December of 19. Both the thumbnails are both Rowan look with the exact same expression on his face, but his head is tilted in different ways. If you look at the thumbnails of the 2 Thin Blue Line episodes. It's worth noting that the black and white footage at the end of Ashes to Ashes is of Jack Warner playing George Dixon and Dixon of Doc Green. Dixon was originally seen in the 1950 film The Blue Lamp, but was shot and died in hospital. However, the character proved to be popular and returned in Dixon Doc Green in 55. No explanation was given for resurrection, with the series running until 76, by which point Dixon was way past retirement age. Although it's a popular myth that it was a cozy series, some of the surviving color episodes are surprisingly grim in tone. The show ran for 432 episodes, but only 32 survive in the archives. Fuck, they're missing 400 episodes? Somebody's gotta have some tapes, bro. Whoever's looking for the Doctor Who episode should get on that as well. Girls Just Want to Have Fun is well known to be by Cyndi Lauper in 83, but many might not know the original was in 79 by a guy named Robert Hazard. I did know that accent. I've heard his version. To be honest, I think the Lopper version's better. Wonders of Life is actually really good, so don't watch it if you're looking for a train wreck. Honestly, that makes it even better. If it's actually good, fuck yeah, because out of context, or in that context, it just looked like a stoner show. But if it's actually good, I'm down for that too. You've seen Brian Cox before in your Would I Lie to You 5 reaction? Listen, bro, that was like 3.5 years ago. The only thing I remember from that episode was the fucking Kevin Bridges horse story. Pope Benedict was also a proud member of the Hitler Youth. They don't mention that often. You're joking. The Pope? Oh my god. I was impressed when you mentioned the alien, as Victor mentioned Jeremy Beadle. That was one of the funniest things on TV. I've reacted to it about a year ago. I think it was last June? Yeah, look up American Reacts to Beatles About. You should find it. Are you going to be doing the Still Game live in 2014 as well? Yes, if you want a roadmap of how I'm planning to do Still Game. August, I'm planning on finishing Series 6. September, I'm planning on doing Live at the Hydro and also the documentary. And then October, November, December, I will do Series 7, 8, and 9. So we'll finish Still Game by the end of 2023. Actually, I just realized Christmas month is in December, so maybe I'll do series both 8 and 9 in November then. So we'll finish it by November. I do just an idea for series 6. I think 4 episodes in one video might be a bit much, so why not do 2 videos, 2 episodes? That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna do 2 episodes one day and then probably upload the next 2 the next day. One of the few Americans that get all the jokes. Are you sure you have no Scottish ancestors? I don't know, to be honest. My mom was adopted, so could do, but I honestly have no idea. The 20 unaired episodes from Supermarket Sweep were from Dale's last series when it wasn't as big of a hit as it once was, and it got hammered in ratings. Wikipedia hasn't picked up on is that ITV left the final 20 episodes of Dale unaired, and the game show channel Challenge, which you can see from the bug and what repeat was recorded, did eventually show them. Oh, okay, so they are unaired then, yeah, but they've been showed. I couldn't help but wonder if Jenny and Susan from Supermarket Sweep were more than friends. I could totally be way off the mark here, but in the context of 93, you would not been able to openly say that you two are the same sexual partners in relationships. Dale Winton himself didn't officially come out into his autobiography in 02. Could be totally wrong, but perhaps the awkward way they awkwardly said friends was down to nerves being on the show. I wasn't exactly an LGBTQ friendly plus LGBTQ friendly society yet in the early 90s. It's still not, unfortunately. We're having kind of a retard revolution in America right now. There's a lot of stupid people trying to rise to power. So, but I mean, that's why this upcoming election in 24 is gonna be really important, because yeah, the rights of a lot of innocent people are being threatened by a lot of stupid people. The two in Supermarket Sweep are sisters-in-law. Some people really went out and were like, hell yeah, I'm marrying my sister's doppelganger. Well, a lot of people typically base their relationship once off of the strong figure in their life, male or female. A lot of times, though, that's more based off personality than looks, but I guess it can apply to looks as well. The butler in It Goes Wrong show, Cornely's Jonathan, has been in every episode. He played Peter in Peter Pan was stuck in the chimney in Kristen's episode. Oh, okay, it's that guy. I was kind of wondering what happened to him. He also played Winston Churchill, but had a prosthetic on him, so you might have recognized him. He was a policeman in the last episode. Okay. Poor Jonathan seems to be getting trouble into scenes and on occasion leaving them. I love next episode. Did confuse me the first time I saw it, so good luck. Okay, so that makes sense. Because he didn't stand out to me until he was the butler in that, but he was Peter. Okay, the original Peter. That makes a lot more sense. Hey man, you'll like the new series of Still Game. It's actually really funny. There's some episodes that are weak, but most of them are really funny, especially the pie episode. You might have to upload Daily Motion to be worth it. Yeah, they'll have to be on OneNote because I think the copyright is different. But yeah, I mean, there has been, I don't mean to call you guys out or anything, but I talked about vocal members of the comment section. There's been a couple instances recently where vocal members of the comment section told me I wasn't going to like a certain thing, and then I did. There's 3 I can think of off the top of my head. Vocal members of the comment section told me I was not going to like Outnumbered Series 5, and I did. Vocal members of the comment section told me that Benidorm dropped off significantly after Series 3, and maybe it does later, but to this point that has not happened, and again, as I said earlier, I think Series 5 Benidorm has been stronger than Series 4. I think it's picked up again more, if anything, and people told me that Line of Duty dropped off after Series 3, and while I agree that Series 3, especially ending, was the peak of the show, Series 4 and 5 were both very strong, as well. So yeah, it's entirely possible I'll end up liking new Still games, yeah. The scene at the beginning of the Still game rewatch where Isa is talking to the guys before they all quickly get up to leave is not in your original reaction. I think it might have been an edited version you watched when you first saw the episode. It's not in there. Really? Okay, well, I saw it now. Alright, y'all, that's gonna do it for a massive version of reading your comments. The comments in this video were pulled from the following videos. Are you ready? Reading your comments 223, How TV Ruined Your Life 3, Top Gear Botswana Special, Kevin and Stacey USA, James May Our Man in Japan, James May Toy Stories, The British Empire 1819, Alan Partridge 6, Benidorm 3233, Only Fools 2425, Gladiators Series 2, the semifinals and the finals, Red Dwarf Series 2, Blackadder the 3rd, Doctor Who Planet of the Dead, Torchwood Children of Earth, New Tricks, Line of Duty Series 5, Happy Valley Series 1, Ashes to Ashes Series 3, Charlie Brooker's Weekly Wipe 4, Still Game 37, 38, 39, and the rewatch of the 2006 Hogmanay Special, Dale Winton's Supermarket Sweep, and The Goes Wrong Show 5. Yeah, so if you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Comments, the videos to comment on are as follows. This video, the reaction video that went out yesterday, which was Michael McIntyre's The Wheel, reaction videos that come out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those videos to comment on if you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Comments. I should say though, because I've had some shorter episodes in the past, I will do an episode of this next week, but I may in the future move this to once every 2 weeks, just so we can have longer episodes. Still thinking about it though. For now though, that is episode 224 of Reading Your Comments. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch where I stream every single day, or all the rest, they're all in the video description down below, as well as names on my Patrons. If you didn't know, you could be a patron me for as low as $1 or £1, and you access direction videos, as well as Reading Comments a day early, sometimes more. All that being said though, my name is Taffy16. This has been episode 224 of Reading Your Comments. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.